What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Off Air with Jason and Alicia.
Why are we laughing already? It hasn't even started.
We have so much fun together.
Okay.
You know this one, CeCe Gaines.
Yay.
I had to do the commercial voice.
Short for Cecilia Chanel Gaines, by the way.
Oh,
That
I
is
like
true.
Chanel.
Mm-hmm.
I like. What do I look at a camera? Or?
You can.
Yeah.
which
Or
one?
just look into our eyes, I guess.
Okay, I'll do that. I'm nervous.
Okay.
Oh
Don't
my
be. It's just Jason and Alicia.
It's so
True,
good to
it's
have
just
you here,
you guys.
CeCe.
Thank you.
We have a lot to discuss, but before we get to all things CeCe Gaines, we have to talk about how awkward your situation is. Okay, disclaimer. We have a brand new meteorologist starting.
Tucker.
Tucker and Tico. And let's get out the awkward turtles.
So, and I'll address this with him on the podcast tomorrow. This is gonna be a fun conversation. I saw him downstairs, and I went in to like dap him up. I was like, "Oh, welcome to the team." I wanted to like, the thing where you do like, let's demonstrate real quick. Big dog, let's go.
Big dog.
And just,
Okay, jeez. If that's what you did to Tucker,
I wanted to do that, but then I went to pull him in, and like he
Okay.
didn't like come in, and
I
then
wouldn't
like
be surprised if he doesn't want to be
the
fighting.
dapper pulls in the dappy.
it's supposed to be like a
It's
mutual
like-
pulling. It's like
So
you know,
what-
Yeah, mutual pulling.
yeah, so
You're
like,
displaying your dominance.
Get in here.
It's not Mortal Kombat.
not Scorpion, no. But like I went to pull him in, and like he didn't pull
He
in, and then
fell
like
over and-
he like tried to reshake my hand, and then I said like sorry for the awkward handshake.
And then you ran up here.
And then I ran away. I was like, and my bosses were there, and I just ran up here, and I'm sweating,
Like
and
a
I'm
little
breathing hard.
gremlin.
Yeah, like a little gremlin. That's exactly what I am. I'm a little gremlin. So we'll talk about
Okay,
this.
so then
with
you just
Tucker.
left him like, okay, thanks for saying hi.
Yeah, sorry for the awkwardness. Bye. I gotta go do a podcast.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's his first impression, Rose.
That's his first
Now
impression
he's
of
gonna
me.
think we're all weird.
Oh,
Well, not me,
But we all. I
No.
mean, yeah, you're the
No one
most
thinks
normal.
Cece's weird.
No,
Yeah.
she's so normal compared to us.
I know.
We're weirdos. Thank you for tolerating us. We appreciate it.
For one who said they would never come on the pod.
Okay, I never
Who
said
said?
that.
You kind of said that.
You guys are competing with my break.
That's
My break always
true.
wins.
She does deserve a break.
She does. She's
She
here
works-
until
she's
like
the hardest
3 o'clock
working
in the
person.
afternoon. Yeah.
You do something so cool
Yes,
that you saw on social media.
I did.
Tell the people what it is.
Well, they're one-day trips. I don't know if they're sound
One day
effects.
trips far away, like not a
One-day
day
trips.
drive.
Yes.
Wait, try it again.
so-
Say it again. I'll add sound
Okay,
effects.
one-day trips.
Meow, 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 meow.
Thank you.
That's the sound effects.
Okay. It's an influencer, or I don't know if that's the correct term.
Creator.
But creator, Kaylee Andrew. I saw her on my TikTok. She does these one-dayers. She's gone to Georgia, South Dakota, Chicago, all these places. And she goes for one day. She takes the earliest flight there, does all these things during the day, and then comes back on the latest flight. And at first I was like, okay, that's a waste of time. You know, because I'm like, you can't do that much in a day, you know. But then I kept seeing her on my feed, and I was like, I feel like I'm not using my free will enough. So I booked a trip to Chicago and did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would think, like, initially hearing that, yeah, that is kind of a waste of time to go
Right.
through the pains of going to an airport, going through security, hopping on a plane, getting
Yeah.
off the plane, finding transportation. But, like, you told us about your trip, and you packed a lot into that one day, which is kind of crazy.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to pull up my itinerary because I
Yeah,
have a
she's-
horrible memory.
She's very if you ever
Super
travel
organized.
with CeCe Gaines, there's
Get
going to
ready.
be a schedule of events.
There is. I did make an itinerary, but I didn't follow it to a T. I just wanted
good.
like a guideline.
Like an overview.
Guy-
yeah,
guidance,
just
yeah.
like, okay, like this is what I should be doing at this time. So I'm not like walking down the street with my backpack.
I feel like for a one day, you have to kind of have like a schedule of events.
Yeah, just so
To-
you're like getting everything in. And I only brought a backpack.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all you need, really,
you
because you're
need.
not like
Yeah,
checking
I'm
a
not
bag.
staying anywhere.
You didn't change outfits. You
I
didn't
didn't.
do a costume change in the middle
No,
of
I just had my jeans and t-shirt.
Oh.
But yes, okay,
Okay.
my itinerary. Took the 5:25 flight to Chicago and got to Chicago at like 7. Got breakfast at Wildberry Pancakes and Cafe,
Yum.
which is pretty good. I'd give it like, I don't know. I'm not going to rate them just in case they're watching.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and they could be a future sponsor. So
Right,
we
that
don't know.
could
Yeah, we
that
need all the
could get
sponsors we can get.
Yeah, yeah.
sticky. Okay.
Like the pancakes.
I was just
Thinking
about to
that
say
too.
that.
Gosh, we hang out too much.
I know. Went to Millennium Park and the Bean, which is right across the street. Then I went to Garrett's.
Popcorn.
Which,
Corn.
yes, you can take it on your flight back.
Oh, did
with
you bring some back?
Like a little tin, yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't they allow that? It's
I
not
know.
a
It's
liquid.
not a liquid.
It's not
Right.
a gravy.
But you think like I didn't have a check bag. I just had like my carry-on.
Okay.
But yeah, you can bring it.
I mean,
That's
I
lovely.
bring my parents food from home
You
all
bring
the time.
fish
You
home,
bring
and that
fish.
should be banned. You
What was
should
it,
be on the no-fly
Whataburger?
list.
I brought a water.
Like what?
The government's working on it. No, I brought Whataburger before,
Yeah.
and I ate it the day after. So, and that was fine.
He put it in the office air fryer.
I did.
We had to throw that out, by the way.
Yeah.
The air fryer.
No.
Yes, the air fryer and you. All right. Went to the river walk, had some wine.
Good
at
for
City
you.
Winery. Just watched the boats go by. There's so many boat tours on the river. Had lunch at Navy Pier
Lovely.
at Reunion.
What's that about?
Okay. Actually, can I Google something?
We love Googling on this
We
show.
do.
This is our favorite segment, Googling.
Because the Reunion restaurant owner, I think he was the personal chef for the Obamas.
Oh.
But I need to confirm.
Okay, yeah. We're
She's confirming. Okay, so these one-dayers, though, they're like weather dependent, are they not? Because imagine you go and it's pouring.
Yeah, that ruins your itinerary
Or
you had laid out.
would it have...
Or do you have an
Or your
itinerary?
flight's delayed. There's a lot of
Yeah,
variables
there
with the
are
one-dayer.
variables. I mean, my flight coming back was delayed, so that really didn't affect anything. But I'd still make the most of it. Like, I paid for the flight. You know, I'll just stay inside. Like, I was mostly
That's true.
inside anyway.
Do you
It
lay
was
out
fine.
like a weather alternative itinerary, like in case the
I
weather's
didn't.
bad? Okay.
I just kind of
Just went
was
for
winging
it.
it.
When did you make the decision to hop on this flight? Was this weeks in advance, months in advance, or a few days in advance?
I think I did 3 weeks.
Okay.
But according to Kaylee, she books hers like 2 to 3 months in advance.
Okay. And gets like the best option of price
Yes.
point?
Yes.
Okay.
Which she does it for pricing. So that makes sense. Like, because I think my ticket was only like $115.
Round trip?
Round trip?
Round trip.
Oh, that's a steal.
Wow.
Yeah, but
What-
again, it's Chicago. So
Yeah,
it's close.
It's right down the
So
street.
these one
basically.
dayers are essentially somewhere close where it's not that long of a flight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ideally, I feel like the flight should be less than 3 to 4 hours. Just so you're not traveling all day.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you got to account for that. If you're spending 4 hours flying there and then 4 hours flying back, that's 8 hours of your
Right.
24 hours.
And I'm assuming they have to be direct flights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume so too.
Okay, I don't know who he's the personal chef for. But anyway,
But he's a very important chef.
he's a very important chef.
And you ate his food.
And I ate his food.
And it was good.
It was like Southern style food. It was good.
Yeah.
It was decent. So then
Okay.
I went there. So that's in Navy Pier. Then I went to Flyover Chicago in Navy Pier.
Fun.
Which was so fun. Which we have one here.
What's flyover
At the
Chicago?
Mall of America,
It's like
right?
where you buckle in. Yeah. You buckle in. It's this huge screen. Kind of like you would watch the Odyssey. Like that big screen.
Like an IMAX size
Yes, like
screen.
huge. But you're like immersed into viewing Chicago. You feel the mist, the wind, like everything. And they tell a story of Chicago, which is so cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So I did that. And then I just explored Navy Pier, went to the guest shop, and then I went to the airport.
And you didn't meet any friends there?
Actually,
or did
at
you?
Reunion, yes, I had
Okay.
lunch. But then at Reunion, I met some people who I didn't know. They were like, have drinks with us. And
Wow.
they were like, oh, everyone's just so nice.
They just saw you sitting like over
Well,
by yourself, or like
I did ask, like, where'd you get that drink from? Because it was like a blue
Girl needs a drink.
slushy. And they're like, oh, it's back here. Come have a drink with us. And they're nice.
Fun.
So
You're like,
people
I'm
are,
doing a
like,
one-dayer.
nice. I'm doing a one-dayer. You'll never see me again. But yeah, it was fun.
That is so
So,
cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so the whole day was like 14 hours, which I probably wouldn't do again in Chicago because there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
I think the sweet spot's like 10 to 12 hours
Okay.
in a city, which is what I'm doing in Nashville. That's
That's
my
next.
next trip.
Nashville, Nash Vegas.
Okay.
Nash Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have your itinerary lined out for that in terms of what you're going to do?
I don't. I just bought my ticket, and I still have to because I'm going next month.
Okay.
So.
Overall, for like a viewer that's like, I want to do this, what, if you don't mind sharing, like what's the overall cost estimate
Yes,
of a
so-
one-dayer?
So I guess it would depend on where you're going. But for Chicago, my flight was $115, and I probably spent like a couple hundred, like just spending money eating and going around in Ubers and different things like that.
Be like, I went to Chicago today, did
Yeah.
this, and this, and I'm in my bed at home at
yeah,
night. That's
I
wild.
came home and I was home by like 11:30.
Crazy.
So
So for
Yeah.
under $400,
$400,
you can
yeah,
get you can get it done.
yeah.
In terms of your itinerary, how did you do research? Did you plug it into
Yes.
ChatGPT? How did this work?
I was on TikTok like it was nobody's business, just seeing like people's reviews about different attractions and food, which there were so many, but I just picked what I thought was best and went for it.
Are there a lot of one-dayers on TikTok that you follow? Like, okay, that one girl, and now everyone's posting their
Yeah, so I
versions of it.
saw Kaylee, and then after her, I was like, there's just so many people who are already doing this. So, of course, it's not new, but I mean, I never thought of doing this because if I go on a trip, it's going to be like 2 to 3 days at least.
Well, not a lot of people would want to go alone.
Right.
Like
that's another thing.
Being alone in a city, that's awesome that you did that.
So doing that, or if you don't have a lot of vacation or don't want to wait on people. So
Wow.
that.
Okay, so Chicago, Nashville. What else is on your list? Your short-term list?
I want to go to Boston and Denver. Those are on. That's my short list. So yeah.
Denver. I've been to Denver.
I
and
love Denver.
I don't care for it.
You don't like Denver?
Really?
The
I
mountains?
I found it very. I did go to Golden, Colorado, because they have the Miller plant there, and
You got a beer?
You love
I
beer.
had
Crushed
several
beer.
beers.
Go, go,
Yeah,
go, go.
yeah, a little bit. Anyway, but Denver itself, like walking the streets of Denver, I was just kind of
like, are you going to go hiking in Denver?
I don't know. I don't know. Just I haven't
whatever.
planned it.
Yeah.
I'm a vibey person.
Yeah, she's
Whatever
all
makes
about
All
vibes.
vibes.
All
Yeah.
about vibes. So yeah,
So
you
whatever
just
calls me in the moment, I'll do.
okay.
So what happens if it's like a flight delay too much and then you're just like, well, shoot, that was my one day, and then it's, I guess, money lost? Or do you get like a rain check with the airline?
Yeah, I would hope to get a flight credit and then go on
Use it
another
again.
time. Yeah, because my national trip's on the weekend, so I don't have to take time off work, which is nice.
Oh, that's
That's perfect.
But yeah, I was just thinking, like, people do this all the time, I'm sure. But like, I wasn't using free will. I'm single. I don't have kids. Like, why am I not
Living
traveling more
life.
and living?
Yes.
We're not worthy. CeCe Gaines,
I wish
the
I
coolest
had
person.
that kind of mindset when I was her age,
Yeah.
like where I wasn't locked down. I didn't have anything to worry about in terms of obligations and dogs. I could just travel, and to be able to hop on a
We're
plane
not
and go to
You can
living
still
different
do
our
it.
lives,
You
Jason.
can
We're
still
not
do it.
living.
yeah, we got to get
You
busy
could
living.
literally leave at breakfast and be home by bedtime for your
Like,
kids.
sorry, honey. I'm doing a
I'm
one
going to
day.
Nashville.
Without you, go to Tootsie's, by the way, in Nashville.
Nashville's tough though because it's like a party town. And
I
You
know.
have to get back to the airport. Be like, oh, I gotta go.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
What if you fall in love with someone and then it's a whole Hallmark movie?
we gotta
Nashville,
go.
man. Yeah,
We gotta go.
we gotta go. Here's your ticket, babe. Get on the plane. Am I
Nashville,
right?
man. Aren't they like cowboys?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
Ooh.
I
I
might
think they
find them on
are.
Broadway
Yeah,
Street.
I reckon.
Well, you're gonna have to come to Minnesota because I'm not moving. So
Yeah.
That
Mama
may not-
Gaines will come after you. I don't know. She's a sweet lady. I don't know.
Wonderful.
She makes
wonderful.
the
She's
best
a great cook.
darn chicken wings
Yes,
I've ever
she's
had in my life.
fantastic. Love her. Love you, Mama Gaines.
Mama Gaines.
Come on the podcast
Oh,
sometime.
wait, would she come on?
probably not.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
Got our answer.
Well, CeCe Gaines, everybody. Thanks for coming on
Yay,
the
thank
pod.
you.
Oh,
Appreciate
that's it. Was that it? Wow,
is,
that's
yeah.
She came here and ate and left no crumbs.
eight.
I'm
I'm
learning
that.
things. She taught me this.
I don't
I'm
know
doing
which
it
camera to
wrong.
look at. But I taught her that.
Big dog.
No. I share that with you.